The guys who used to trip me in the stairwell figured I'd spent the year off getting soft. They had no clue what I'd actually picked up while I was gone. I left sophomore year as a punching bag and came back as someone they didn't recognize. My dad took a 9-month contract managing a build site outside Reykjavik, and instead of dreading the move, I was relieved. It meant 3/4 of a year away from Trevor Machado. Trevor had turned freshman and sophomore year into a slow grind of misery. He wasn't big, but he was cruel in a patient way, the kind of guy who'd wait until the cafeteria was packed to smack your tray up into your face, so the most people possible saw it. He had 2 followers, Deej and Sam, whose whole identity was cackling at whatever Trevor did. Their signature move was hooking a foot around my ankle on the stairs and watching me eat the steps. They called it tripping the meter. In Iceland, the rec center near our apartment ran a wrestling club, folk style and a little freestyle, coached by a former national competitor. I joined because I was bored out of my mind and didn't speak a word of Icelandic yet, and a wrestling mat doesn't need translation. I trained 5 days a week for 8 months. I put on 20 pounds, most of it in my back and legs. The first thing they teach you isn't a takedown. It's how to get taken down, how to hit the mat and get back up over and over until the floor stops scaring you. The thing my coach, Bjarni, said most often had nothing to do with pinning anyone. It was, the strongest position is the one where you never have to shoot first day back. Trevor spotted me before I'd even reached my locker. No way, the meter's back. Deej did a fake gasp. Sam just smirked. I'd changed, but so had they. And to them, I was obviously the same kid. Trevor flicked my ear as he passed. Missed you, pal. I didn't react. Not out of fear this time, which was the strange part. The old jolt of panic just didn't come. My pulse stayed flat. That unsettled me almost as much as it would eventually unsettle him. For 2 weeks, Trevor ran his greatest hits and got nothing. Knocked my books off the desk. I picked them up. Threw a shoulder into me by the lockers. I absorbed it and rolled off the contact without thinking, the way your body does after months of live wrestling, and kept walking. I could see it eating at him. Bullying only pays if you flinch, and I'd stopped flinching, so he escalated. That's the part nobody warns you about. When it stops landing, they don't lose interest. They push harder. It happened on a Wednesday in the weight room during an open block. My friend Hassan, the one guy who texted me the whole time I was gone, was spotting me on a bench. Trevor and his 2 came in, and I felt the room shift. Trevor yanked the bar's clip off and sent a plate rolling. Go fetch, meter. Then, when I just racked the bar and stood, he grabbed Hassan instead, twisting a fistful of his shirt and walking him backward toward the mirrors. Your buddy thinks he's too good for us now, he said. Hassan's feet were sliding, and his eyes cut to mine, and they were scared. I heard Bjarni, never have to shoot. But he'd said something else. The day an older guy at the club kept cranking cradles too hard on the little kids. Choosing not to fight isn't the same as standing there watching one. I crossed the room, put my hand on Trevor's wrist, and did the most basic thing in wrestling. A wrist peel, and a step to break his base, the thing you drill in week 1. His grip popped open, his own momentum carried him off his feet, and he sat down hard on the rubber floor in front of maybe 15 people. I didn't throw him, I didn't swing, I just stood over him, balanced, hands open, and said loud enough for the whole room, don't put your hands on him again. He scrambled up, throwing one wild punch, and I did the second most basic thing, stepped off the line and let it sail past. He stumbled into the mirror, the weight room went silent, and then Coach Delgado's voice cut through it. Machado, my office. Turns out coaches catch a lot more than we think. He'd seen the shirt grab, the punch, all of it. Trevor got a week of in-school suspension and a sit-down with his parents. Deej and Sam peeled away from him within a month, the way sidekicks do when the act gets canceled. Here's the ending people always ask about. No, we didn't become friends. But near the end of the year, Trevor caught my eye in the hall, just once, and said, wrestling, huh? Wrestling, I said. He nodded and kept walking. That was the whole fight. The strongest thing I did was never really have one.